Hi guys, Silken here from Devilishly Deviant with another video for you today. In this video I'd like to talk about the idea of the rise of the geek. Have you noticed recently it does seem to have become popular to be a geek. I use that term loosely because you see people walking around the streets now who are clearly not geeky in the slightest sense, wearing t-shirts emblazoned in, like white print with the word geek or nerd written on. Are they really geeks though? Do you feel the need to wear a geek t-shirt? If you are a geek, would you walk around wearing a t-shirt that says the word geek on? I do have one. I will admit I do have a geek t-shirt, but that's just because, and I'll be honest, I got it because it was cheap and I was going on holiday and I needed a spare t-shirt. There you go. That's why I got mine. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think this is a big rising kind of thing at the moment? Merchandise, for example, everyone is now into, not everyone, but a lot of people buy like the Marvel merchandise, Batman, Superman. In the last sort of 5-10 years it seems to have become really, really popular. Everyone seems to be buying stuff like that. So I really do believe that it's TV shows like The Big Bang Theory which is now huge in its success and is really, really popular, as we all know. Who hasn't heard of The Big Bang Theory? It really has become almost like the Friends of this decade. I really do believe that. I think it's on TV all the time. You could probably turn the TV on now, maybe not now, maybe later on in the evening, for example, and you would find an episode of The Big Bang Theory playing somewhere. You wouldn't be far away from it. And there doesn't seem to be a day go by where I don't see something from The Big Bang Theory on my TV or on my Twitter, on my Facebook, whether it's a picture with a caption written on it or a quiz, find out which Big Bang Theory star are you, for example. It's just absolutely saturated with Big Bang Theory stuff. Not a bad thing, I love Big Bang Theory, so it's really, really good, but I believe that it's the popularity of shows like The Big Bang Theory that have really led to this explosion in geek culture over the last couple of, well, how long has Big Bang Theory been going? 4 or 5 years? Maybe longer than that, possibly. It's really, really interesting. And with it, so too, is the rise of merchandise. How often now if you left the house now, for example, or you look around you, maybe you're on a bus or something, how often do you see someone with a Marvel bag or a DC bag or a wallet or anything, like a lanyard, anything? People are everywhere. You see people with stuff all the time. And the shops, HMV for example, they sell a ton of merchandise now, like hoodies, t-shirts for TV shows, mugs, stuff like this, for example. This is one I got from a convention, so it's not really a very good example, but coasters. I see so many coasters everywhere now. Yeah, stuff like that. Posters. It's gone beyond just having the DVD or Blu-ray or book or whatever from your favourite TV show. Even t-shirts. It's at a whole new level now. I mean, look on Etsy, you see so much custom stuff as well that you can buy. And to an extent QWERTY, which is a company I talk about, I've spoken about, let's say, in a different video to this one. It's absolutely, it blows my mind how when I was at school it was really uncool to be a geek. And if you liked anything like that, you were instantly kind of on the margins of any kind of social group. It's changed completely now, and I'm not saying I wasn't a geek then, because I've always been a geek, but then I've always floated around social groups, so it's not really, hasn't really made a whole lot of difference to me. But I do find it interesting how it does seem that it's become a lot more popular since the creation of shows like The Big Bang Theory. I think it's paved the way and made it much more acceptable to be a geek in today's society. So in a way, I'm going to use some words now that people probably won't agree with, or they may just go, ugh. Is geek the new chic? That is the question. Is it? Is geek the new popular thing to be? Is it now? Do people aspire to be geeks? Is that the world we live in? Do we live in a culture where to label yourself as something, i.e. geek, is seen as the new cool? That's the question. I know I'm just throwing this at you, and I'm hoping people will comment and let me know what they think as well. But it's something that's been on my mind for a while that I really wanted to raise with you guys, to see what your opinions are on these matters. And I think this is further fueled by the rise of geek subscription services. For example, you've got Nerd Block, and Loot Crate, who now ship to the UK. All these kind of subscription services that offer an outlet, or they offer a unique experience for like-minded geeks like myself. On a monthly basis you can get more and more geek kind of stuff, pay a price, receive a box. It's like a little sort of goodie bag for geeks, and it's really popular. It just goes to show, it further reiterates my point that I really do think geek is the new thing to aspire to be. And I think this is further reflected in fan conventions. Yes, I know fan conventions have been going for years and years and years, but I think from what I've seen, more and more people are attending them. These events are drawing in thousands and thousands of people on a yearly basis. Or, you know, where has all this come from? It's so interesting. I really think it's something that needs to be discussed more. Clothing, there's so much clothing out there now. We've got Minecraft clothing, for example, Batman belts, Converse. Converse are a really sort of explicit example of geek culture influencing brand name clothing. There are Simpsons Converse you can get now, Batman Converse, Wonder Woman, Thundercats, Superman if you like Superman, the Joker. I've got Joker Converse. You've seen my Joker Converse. All stuff like that. I mean, go back 15 years, maybe you wouldn't have had stuff like that. So it's just really, really interesting. And also celebrities endorsing this stuff now. How often do you read a news story, or you see a celebrity at an event and they're wearing like a geeky t-shirt or a hoodie or something, some kind of ode to a TV show or something that they're really interested in, whereas before you may not have got that. So I really do think it all comes down to, how do you define your geekdom? How do you define, or let me rephrase that, what does it mean to me to be a geek? To me, I don't like to label myself as anything, but I would say if I had to that I was a geek. I love geeky TV shows. I buy copious amounts of toys, as some people would see them as just toys. You know, it's being into something, but that little bit more into something than other people are. But I suppose you could say that about any interest that you may have. But I find this idea really interesting, so I'm going to throw the question out to you. What does it mean to you to be a geek? Let me know. I don't really think I can. I tried there loosely to define my geekdom, but I can't really. I don't think I can define it as one single entity. As, you know, I can't say being a geek to me means X, Y, Z, because it just doesn't work that way. But I'd be interested to know if you think you can define your geekdom. Do I have any favourite merchandise? That's another question I get asked loads and loads and loads. I love Mr. Potato Heads. I'm just going to say it. I've shown you before, I've got a Joker Mr. Potato Head. I've got Star Wars Mr. Potato Heads, despite having never seen Star Wars. I know that's ridiculous. At the moment I'm really enjoying this bracelet that I got with my Loot Crate. This is, hopefully you can, I don't know if you can see, and get it into focus, perhaps. Am I able to get that into focus? No, I can't. Well, this says Geek on it anyway. There, hopefully you can see that. It's Geek on one side and Gamer on the other. I've been wearing the Geek side today. But yeah, stuff like that is really, really popular, and that's the kind of stuff I love. Stuff that's a bit different. So anyway, that's what I think of the rise of the geek. Whether you all agree with me, I don't know. If you like this video, as always, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. I really would like to know everyone else's thoughts about the whole rise of geekdom. Do you think it's kind of shot up in popularity over the last few years, or is it my imagination? Let me know. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you all in the next one.